Every woman carries within her a vision of the man she dreams of. It's not always a checklist of traits or a perfect image carefully constructed from magazines and movies. It's a feeling, a sense of safety and excitement wrapped together, a place where she can be fully herself and still be seen as enough. She dreams of a man who doesn't just stand beside her but who holds her heart gently, who listens to her words as if they're poetry, who sees her for who she is when the makeup is gone and the masks have slipped away. He's not necessarily the one with the perfect jawline or the most charming smile, though those things might catch her eye at first. What she truly longs for is a man whose soul feels like home. She wants someone who sees her not as an accessory but as an equal, someone who understands that strength can be soft and vulnerability is its own kind of courage. She wants a man who listens, not just to the words she says but to the silences in between, the pauses that hold her fears and her hopes. She wants him to notice the way her eyes light up when she talks about her passions, the way her laugh bubbles up when she's truly at ease. She wants a man who isn't afraid of her fire, who doesn't flinch when she shows him the intensity of her dreams or the weight of her doubts. She wants someone who stands in the storm with her, who doesn't run from the rain but dances in it, who knows that life is messy and love is even messier but chooses it anyway. She wants him to be her partner, her confidant, the one she can lean on when her own strength falters. She doesn't need him to fix her problems, she just wants him to hold her hand while she faces them. She dreams of a man with kindness in his heart, a softness in his words that doesn't come from weakness but from empathy. She wants someone who doesn't see tears as something to be embarrassed by, who knows that sometimes all she needs is a hug and a quiet presence. She wants him to be patient, not because she's slow to love, but because she wants to feel safe enough to let him in completely. She wants him to respect the journey she's on, to understand that she's a woman still learning to love herself, and that his job is to support her, not complete her. She wants a man with a mind that challenges hers, someone who can talk about everything from the stars to the deepest truths of life. She wants to feel that spark when they debate, that rush of excitement when she realizes he's not just listening but engaging, sharing his own thoughts with a vulnerability that matches her own. She wants him to respect her opinions, even when they don't align, to see her not as a puzzle to be solved, but as a partner in the dance of life. She dreams of a man who is driven, not by money or status, but by purpose. She wants him to have a passion, something that lights up his eyes when he talks about it, something that shows her he's alive in the world. She doesn't care if he's rich or powerful, she cares that he wakes up every day with a reason to keep going, that he's not just coasting through life, but creating something that matters. She wants to stand beside him as he chases his dreams, just as she hopes he'll stand beside her when she chases hers. She wants a man who is honest, not just with her but with himself. She wants him to own his mistakes, to say sorry when he's wrong, to understand that growth comes from admitting when you've fallen short. She doesn't need a man who's perfect, she needs a man who's real, who knows that vulnerability is not a weakness but a bridge to deeper connection. She wants him to be brave enough to show her the parts of himself that he's kept hidden, the scars and the shadows that make him who he is. She wants laughter too. She wants someone who can make her smile even on the days when everything feels heavy. She wants to share inside jokes, to laugh until her stomach hurts, to find joy in the little things. She wants a man who knows that life is too short to take everything seriously, that sometimes the best medicine is a shared smile in the middle of chaos. She wants a man who is loyal, who chooses her not just in the easy moments but in the ones that test them both. She wants someone who doesn't see love as a convenience but as a commitment, who knows that real love is a choice you make every day. She wants him to be there when the storms come, to hold her hand when the world feels like it's falling apart, to whisper, "I'm not going anywhere," and mean it. She dreams of a man who sees her as a whole person, not just the pretty face or the soft skin, but the messy thoughts, the contradictions, the dreams that scare her. She wants him to see her soul and say, "I choose you," to know that she is enough exactly as she is. She wants him to celebrate her victories and hold her through her failures, to remind her that she doesn't have to be perfect to be loved. She wants a man who is open to growth. She knows that love is not static, it's a living thing that grows and evolves, and she wants someone who understands that. She doesn't expect him to have all the answers, but she wants him to be willing to learn, to be curious, to ask the hard questions and sit with the hard truths. She wants a man who sees life as an adventure, who is willing to explore not just the world around them, but the world within them. She wants him to respect her independence, to know that she is her own person with her own dreams. She doesn't want to lose herself in love. She wants to find someone who makes her feel more like herself than ever before. She wants a man who sees her not as his possession but as his partner, who understands that true love doesn't chain you down, it sets you free. She wants someone who isn't afraid to say what he feels, who doesn't play games or hide behind half-truths. She wants clarity, honesty, a foundation built on trust. She wants to know that when he says he loves her, he means it, not just in words, but in the way he shows up for her, in the way he holds her when the world feels too much. She wants a man who sees the beauty in the mundane, who knows that love isn't just about grand gestures, but about the little things. It's about the way he looks at her when she's talking about something she cares about, the way he reaches for her hand in a crowded room, the way he makes her feel safe without even trying. It's about the way he chooses her every day in a million tiny ways. Is sad. Add up to something bigger than either of them alone. She wants to feel like she can breathe with him, like she doesn't have to hide or pretend. She wants to know that she is enough, not because she's flawless, but because she's real. She wants a man who sees her as his equal, his partner, his love. She knows that no man is perfect, that there will be disagreements and rough edges, moments of doubt and fear, but she wants someone who is willing to stay, to work through the hard parts, to grow together rather than apart. She wants to know that when the world feels too big, she has someone who will stand beside her and say, "We'll figure it out together." She wants a man who respects women, not just her but all women, who sees her strength and celebrates it, who doesn't feel threatened by her success but stands in awe of it. She wants someone who knows that equality isn't just a word, it's a practice, a way of showing up with respect and humility. She dreams of a man who is both her lover and her friend, someone she can share everything with. She wants late-night conversations that stretch until the morning light, whispered confessions that feel like magic. She wants passion, yes, but she also wants tenderness. She wants to know that she is safe in his arms, that he will guard her heart as carefully as she guards his. She wants a man who sees love as an adventure, not a destination, who knows that the real magic is in the journey, in the way they learn and grow and change together. She wants someone who is willing to take risks, to be brave, to love her even when it's hard. She wants to know that she can trust him with her heart, that he won't take it lightly. She dreams of a man who loves her not for what she can give him, but for who she is, who sees her flaws and chooses her anyway, who understands that love is not about possession but about freedom, about giving each other wings to fly while still holding each other close. She wants a man who makes her feel seen, truly seen. who sees the way her eyes light up when she's passionate, the way she bites her lip when she's thinking, the way she laughs with her whole heart. She wants to be known, not just in the easy moments, but in the ones when she's messy and complicated and unsure. She wants him to choose her again and again, not because she's perfect, but because she's real. In the end, she wants a man who is willing to walk the path of love with her, someone who knows that it won't always be easy, that there will be storms and shadows, but who chooses to stay anyway. She wants a man who understands that love is not just a feeling, it's a choice, a commitment, a promise to keep showing up, even when the world tries to tear them apart. That is the kind of man a woman truly wants. Not a prince or a hero or a perfect soul, just someone real, someone kind, someone who sees her heart and holds it gently in his own.